top reference I could think of. If you saw pictures of Hillary Duff after she got her new porcelain veneers, which are 9 times too big for her mouth.
Oh, God.
They're not as big, but it's definitely new seeing Sizzle with an actual decent smile as opposed to looking like Jaws from the James Bond movies. So
Those grills like that big,
no.
He's a big guy.
Oh, he's definitely a big dude,
yeah.
but he won't seem as intimidating instead of filing down his chompers. Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, Big Ben.
Come for you next.
Everyone is, they were talking about the NBA Finals. The Spurs dominate. I mean, dominate LeBron James and the Miami Heat.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it would be in 5 games, though.
Really?
Let's put it this way. Sunday night was the decisive Game 5. I turned on Game of Thrones with Miami up 26-5. I turned back on the game after Game of Thrones was over. San Antonio was up by 25 points. They absolutely just shamed LeBron. I mentioned ESPN in the banter earlier. All it is just, it's nothing about the Spurs. It's what's next for LeBron? Will the big 3 stay intact? Where did they go wrong? What about this? Instead of saying Tim Duncan is possibly the best power forward to ever play the game. A big question if he'll retire. He's 38 years old, going to be 39 soon. Still playing at a high level. He averaged 20 points per game in the playoffs. Say they might keep most of that team intact, so good chance they have a repeat. Kawhi Leonard's the MVP. Pretty much shut down Dwayne Wade for most of the playoffs, so also with his big scoring outburst for those last 3 games. And that brings me to, regrettably,
LeBron.
I'm sorry, I'm a Gatorade guy. Powerade can go home.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry, LeBron. This LeBron segment is brought to you in part by Midol. When you're cramping and your period's bothering you, get Midol for all your cramp relief. You big baby. Anyway, World Cup time.
Look at that thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As Monty Python would say, there was much rejoicing. Yeah. I didn't. Yeah, bring it up. Make this enjoyable somehow. This is painful.
We're trying here,
I just went to a couple teams that I knew are routinely good and brought their records in. Brazil and Mexico are both in Group A. Both have played 2 games to a win and a draw, so they both have 4 points. I think that's good, I guess. I don't know.
They keep playing.
Yeah, they advance.
I know this much: if a team loses twice, then they're completely out.
They're eliminated.
Yeah.
Well,
That much I do know.
In that case, then, Cameroon is gone. They were the basement dwellers for Group A. And as all the bandwagoners out there are wondering, USA, they have played 1 game. They demolished Ghana, as the bad pun Husky and all those memes says. Hey, how did Ghana do against the USA? Not Ghana win. Ha
Yeah.
Bad pun Husky. Thank you very much.
Came from a dude, bro. You can tell.
Twitter.
USA and Germany both 1 game played, both a victory each. They both have 3 points. Next up for USA is Portugal, who I believe Ronaldo plays for. I don't know.
Yes.
No.
Oh, thank you.
I wish I could say I
so,
cared, but, you know.
A lot of people are now, of course, it's like, we won 1 game. We can't be beaten.
Yeah.
Portugal is going to be.
To all those douches out there that are all apparently fans of USA, name me 3 players on that team. And
Name one.
Name one.
I never pretend to be, but I did find it funny. Jimmy Fallon was going over some of the team members of that the other night, and apparently one of them looks as if Kevin Bacon and Draco Malfoy were his father and mother. Looks kind of awkward.
Horrible.
But yeah, USA has got Portugal next. I think Portugal plays them pretty tough. Wounded dogs tend to put up the biggest fight, so let's not go crazy yet, guys. The big news today, Spain's run as defending world champion is over before the first round even ends. Chile knocks them out today.
Chile. Yeah. See, I can do that because technically, no.
Not paying attention. You're like, all right, Chile, we're in.
Allegedly. Go get my papers. Papers. Let me see your papers.
Papers, please.
But so yeah, that
Let me see your papers.
that's
Eins, neun.
And yet they let him into the country.
if not for him coming
Somehow,
here, we would not be here this evening.
I was going to
for
say.
that we thank you.
You're welcome.
But yeah,
Jerks.
World Cup, USA, okay. Spain sucks, and yeah. So what about that dinosaur?
I was going to say, it'd be pretty cool if they just had a team called the Big Green. No,
That would be
nothing?
bad.
Nothing?
I mean, I didn't really care for that movie that much.
Nothing? You know what? Anywho, moving on.
Like, where's it?
Ended like Beckham.
Hey, at least it's got Keira Knightley in it and whatever.
I
her
was
name
thinking
was.
about Lauren, what's her name? Laura, whatever, the chick from, I don't know. She looked pretty good in there. She had a nice topless scene. For a chick who's like in her 50s, I definitely, what can I say? Yeah. My girlfriend's obviously out of town, so.
And hopefully won't listen to this.
Yeah, why not? I'm sure she can that's the great thing about iTunes and the podcast app. You can get it all over the airwaves of the internet and listen even in Puerto Rico.
What's put up on the internet stays on the internet.
Exactly. Anyway, enough of my rambling tonight, boys. A lot of things were breaking last week when we were recording, and I didn't bring it up just because we know my policy on rumors.
Yep.
Until it's cited by a lot of sources and it's unofficially confirmed. I won't put it out there. I'll just say
As long as
this
it's
is a rumor.
sourced. And
Exactly. Now, a little reporter, or let me rephrase this, a former head of Deadline Hollywood named Nikki Fink, sounds like a porn star. I might have watched. Yeah, Nikki. She started her own site this past week, and you know what her lead story was, guys? The Justice League game plan. So,
Could be dangerous.
Exactly. So, unofficially, here is the new Justice League game plan for the Warner Brothers DC universe.
I just have in my head someone going, and now at the Legion of Doom.
No, at the Legion of Doom. Not yet. Okay.
Okay.
Kind of picture the Indiana Jones Temple of Doom pit.
Kalima.
Kalima. Oh, yeah. All right, so we know that Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice comes out May 2016. Now, here's some interesting stuff. July 2016, a little movie called Shazam. Have any of you guys heard of this before?
Oh, God, I almost just had a bad flashback to that Shaquille O'Neal movie. But that was
That's the first thing that came in. I was like, wait.
I know, that's Kazam.
So, okay,
Shazam.
no, I haven't, no.
It had little kid from Free Willy, too.
Oh, God. I'd try to forget that film.
But it was so funny. It didn't even have a Michael Jackson cover in it.
Oh, God.
All right, so moving on. Christmas
Shazam.
2016. Mind you, we're still in 2016
Yeah.
also.
It's a busy year.
Sandman. Now, this one is Sandman's not officially tied to the Justice League. He's kind of separate. However, it is supposed to have Joseph Gordon-Levitt in it. That makes me a fan of. I'm on the Joseph Gordon-Levitt bandwagon. I think he's from. Let's see what movies he's done. Don John, definitely a big fan of that. Liked him in Dark Knight Rises.
Right.
He's going to be in the new Sin City movie. I think that should be really good too. I didn't see 50-50 just because the topic was a little kind of.
That was actually a really good movie.
I heard it was good. Yeah. It kind of hits a little close to home.
Inception. He was in there too.
Inception was awesome. Loved Inception though too.
Nah.
The Juror when Demi Moore, he was Demi Moore's son in that also.
Damn, that's going back.
That's going way back. And if for all the was it 30 Rock from the Sun? That's where it originally was from. with the long hair.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the kid's come a long way, and he's just been there.
I forgot about that. He was original.
And he was actually in G.I. Joe. He was in the first G.I. Joe, though I didn't watch it just because of that Channing Tatum in it. Moving on to that later. So going back, May 2017, Justice League. July 2017, Wonder Woman.
Afterwards.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's random.
Christmas 2017. This one you're going to find interesting, Bradley. Flash and Green Lantern team up. I thought that was interesting. And
To
then
take those two and just put them in their own
yeah.
cyclical.
Yeah.
Huh.
And May 2018, the official Man of Steel 2 sequel.
Question: have
Sure.
we found out who's going to be Green Lantern? Is it going to be Ryan Reynolds again?
As of now, what she's reporting is no.
Okay.
Shotgun to the.
Now, the list confirms some suspicions that the Batman vs Superman isn't a sequel to the Man of Steel.
Isn't it?
Also, Fink was also saying that the delay was to get actors' talent signed up for the multi-picture deals. They're assuming because Comic-Con comes up within the next month, Warner Brothers is going to do like a Marvel, have all these actors come out on stage. So right now you have Henry Cavill, you have Batfleck, you have what's her name, Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot.
Yeah, Gal
Gadot. I'm going to say you're going to see Dwayne Johnson in there because he's been talking with DC lately. A
So
lot
just
more
to build up,
recently
to
or
bring
whatever.
up the
Yeah.
hype and build it.
And we know that the guy who's playing Cyborg, who's the guy from the
12 Years.
from Broadway.
Oh, Broadway.
Yeah, he's from Broadway. He's very, very talented. Lex Luthor, so you have Jesse Eisenberg there. You're going to have also probably a Flash and Green Lantern there, without a doubt. If they're already
If they're
going to
bring it in, this is what you would do it.
And you will also have an Aquaman in there as well.
This is the most random.
What?
This is like the most manliest, rugged Aquaman.
Yeah,
I heard this. I was like, get out of here.
Now let me. I have 3 DC stories, and they're all tying into each other right now, kind of like Dawn of Justice.
Did he play on
Jesse Eisenberg is perfect for Aquaman. This guy could
who
be.
is it?
This guy could be like Superman 2. Like he. Blah.
Yeah. So
Bizarro.
now this is the interesting part about this whole news. Kevin Smith, while you love him or hate him, he has confirmed a lot of stuff. He's actually really good friends with Zack Snyder, obviously
Okay.
with Batfleck.
Yeah.
Because they did 6 movies together almost or whatever. Now, when news broke about this new bat suit, he was the first one to say it's unlike any Batman suit you've ever seen.
Yeah, he went
And-
out first and said, "Don't worry, guys, it's good. Like,
Yeah.
you calm down."
And what happened? The bat suit really looks awesome. I'm
Yeah.
very inspired. I think it looks, it looks different from what you've seen in the past. I really do. Now he
little bit more-
also has confirmed on his podcast. He's saying that everything that they've announced, Nikki Fick has announced, it is true. It's everything he's heard as well, or
Wow.
whatever. So if this really is the Justice League lineup, you have 3 movies each year coming out in DC Universe. DC has only had 1 movie every 2 years almost, or
They're going
whatever.
on like a shotgun spree. What is going on here?
So my thoughts on this are, okay, Man of Steel, 56% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it was a great movie. Okay,
You love it or hate it,
Loved it.
basically.
You love it or hate it. Yeah. Superman broke Zod's neck. Deal with it.
He
Okay,
killed Zod and
he didn't save a kitten. Boo freaking who. Anyway, though, so I think what they were trying to decide is what I told you before is Zack Snyder was in the office. They were kind of talking about ideas what to do about a sequel, and he said, "What? How about Batman?" And I think that's what just kind of started a snowball effect of these ideas. It'd be like, how do we get the Justice League started? We bring in Batman versus
yeah.
Superman. Let's scrap Man of Steel. Let me rephrase that. Let's put Man of Steel 2
on the
aside
on the
right
back
now.
burner, yeah.
Let's put it aside, and we'll come back to it just like how we have with Iron Man movies, Thor movies, Cap 2 also, which ended up being really, really
good, yeah.
Yeah, it ended up being really good. So while they're kind of following a Marvel plan, but they're not. if that makes sense.
It's like they want to establish their set. They want to establish the groundwork and then build from there.
And they need to get actors signed on to play these parts.
True.
And that makes a lot of sense in my mind for them to,
You got characters that need to fill in the Justice League. You might want to get them before you start, planning the film.
Now, going back to Aquaman. So
no Entourage reference?
wait for it.
Okay.
So